terms of this the slide fix, the snowball effect of that is, well, the good news is we got a little back and forth momentum. It's not like you're not turning. You got the coiling there. But, the first thing that's got to move, we got to push off the ground with that back leg. Between that and the cast, you're at risk more when the ball's on the ground to bottom out early, right? You won't do that on a tee typically, but it does cause you to not be as forward in your swing as you should be. So therefore, you're going to hit that too much on the upswing because you're back there. So now that's why you're hitting it low. It's teed quite low, which really doesn't help too much when you have an up arc.
Yeah,
right?
Good point. Good point.
But you'll see that, I actually want those hips to, when you kind of start, I kind of like to draw my little box to be equal to like the outside of the ankles. It's kind of like our good box. Now in between, you got a couple little areas there that are reserved for that amount of lateral motion. It's mostly rotational. So I'll give you that, but I would like you to do nothing there on the backswing. But I'll give you that much. Of course, everything gets skewed, isn't it? So that's a little bit too much there, obviously. But I really want that on the forward swing. I really want that to be filled up. I really want that leg to be way over here, up and down, perpendicular to the ground, and you just don't get there. So there's just you're kind of laying back a little bit, and we got a little upswing, and we got a chance to bottom out early. Okay. So if I'm over here better, I'm going to come into more level. Okay. And I'm going to hit the back of the ball more likely when it's on the ground. So there's the potential snowball effect of this lateral slide to the right. It's like you can't catch up.
Right.
Look at this impact here. So we got a pretty straight forearm there with the shaft. And I'm not crazy about that either. So that's one thing I was actually looking at, talking about earlier, was talking about the arms, how they re-straighten that impact, and how that's related where you hit it on the face. Okay. So you can kind of sense that you don't have a lot of body mojo going towards the target. We got a little up. And then we got, just because of that, body just isn't quite rotating. It's hard to get that lead lever arm to be straight and get a good release with it. And this is what I refer to as the window. Where I shouldn't see that left hand right now on top of the grip. I should see the right hand covering that. And we'd like to have that left arm have a lot of forward momentum, centrifugal force wise. So when you look at what the good player looks like in that position, you would see how fast that left hand gets covered with the right. So the grip, the white glove left hand is on the bottom of the grip. And you get a lot of moment, a lot of forward momentum there. A lot of that. Look at that big release of the back foot. So there's the amateur on the left and the pro on the right.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
So if we look at the big world of images and so forth, well, all that has an effect on. Again, you've always been a shut to keep it open guy. There's a good picture of it.
Yep.
So there's your feedback for today to see. Now back here, setup looks pretty good. Posture-wise. A little shut. It's more because of your right hand than anything. Now, when you're working on the other segment of less hip turn, we want to keep that front heel on the ground. It's going to keep that turn just that much more restricted. The left heel stays on the ground and the right leg stays on this angle. We're going to have a much more restricted hip turn, which is going to take care of this. Okay, so we're having a lower body resistance to the upper body coil. Okay, and then that elbow won't fly as much either. That elbow right at the last kind of flies a little bit, which is fine if you fix it on the way down. But as you can see, you're going to come out and over a little bit. It gets a little steep up there. The club's still coming out outside the ball. It should never hit that point of being outside the ball, ever.
Yeah.
Because that's going left. That's over the top.
Yeah.
It's actually over the bottom, I call it. The club moves over at the bottom rather than... You don't throw your arms out there as much as the club gets thrown out there because of your cast. Makes sense? So your arms are out, the club's out. So out is why you would tend to hit on the heel, right? So everything kind of fits together as to the cause and effect of things.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So you pick your poison along the way of getting better, and you say, all right, I got to keep my head clear when I'm standing over a golf ball. Have a plan that has one part to it, and then let's just try to miss it better.
On the way through a wreck,
I like your posture.
well, maybe I'm looking at the picture on the right, and it's the wrong place to look at the picture on the right, because it's not the same. Yeah.
Your posture's fine. You just kind of hang on that backside. See the club's going left.
Yep.
You're getting a little slide here and a little spin there. So someone who's a slider here better be a slider there.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't ever get over there because you're out there in no man's land to begin with. So, all right. So.